So today I want to talk about the reasons why I decided to move away, to leave the city, and why I chose to live in the country, which is exciting enough for a young woman. I was doing pretty well and pretty fine in the city. I was being happy there, and it's not that my life was bad. I really enjoyed living in the city, but I did have my reasons, and I'd like to explain them to you and see if anyone can relate. So let's just get into it and start with reason number one. So reason number one, which was also probably the most important reason, was space. I just needed space. I didn't feel like I had enough space for myself. I was living in a tiny apartment, which was like 28 square meters. So I had a little bathroom, a little kitchen, and then just one more room to live in and to sleep in. And I was getting tired of not having enough space inside the apartment, but also outside. I felt like I needed air to breathe, not only literally because of all the exhaust fumes and all the pollution, but also in a symbolic kind of way. I just felt like the city didn't or couldn't give me the air that I needed to breathe, and so I was longing for living somewhere where I would have more space and where I could go or step outside the house and not see another building or cars or people, crowded places. And yeah, that's why it was about space. So reason number two was proximity to nature. I just wanted to live closer to nature and not inside the city anymore. Meaning that when I look outside the window, I want to see trees. I want to see green things. I don't want to see another building, another, I don't know, street, cars. I really got tired of all these aspects of big city life, and then I just was longing for living close to nature, which is beautiful. When I open my window, all I see is trees, so I got what I wished for. Reason number three is freedom. I'm big on freedom, and I wanted to feel free, and the city couldn't give me that feeling. I mean, when I was back in my 20s, I certainly felt free. There were a lot of moments where I, for example, during partying or other things that I used to do, I really did feel free and I enjoyed this feeling. But it's not the same kind of freedom that I'm enjoying now, and it's not the freedom I'm talking about. I'm talking about stepping out of the house and not seeing other cars, other buildings, people, crowded places. But seeing nature instead, or seeing the sky, just seeing sunsets, sunrises, and all those amazing phenomena that you can only see in nature, or seeing the ISS flying over the night sky. In the city would be hard to do that because of all the lights, all the artificial lights that you have. And out here it's easy. Out here I can see whatever I want to see, the ISS or sunsets or beautiful night sky, stars and all that. And you also live at your own pace in the country. It's not, in the city it's always busy and it's always hectic and stressful, but out here there is no such thing. It's not stressful, it's just you get the possibility to live at your own pace, and I really enjoy that. Reason number four is a funny one. I wanted to get a balcony, a terrace, or a garden at least. I didn't get the garden, but I got a huge, amazing balcony, which is absolutely awesome, and at an affordable price. And I know for sure that I wouldn't have had the possibility to get that inside the city, or somewhere in the city. So it's nice to have like a second living room. It's a space outside. I'm going to show it to you in the following videos, and I use it like a second living room. especially during summer, but also in spring or in fall. I love to get outside and just have more space, and this balcony, which is also, it feels like a terrace because it's that big. And let's just call it a terrace. I I do call it a terrace when I'm talking to myself, so let's just settle that. It's a terrace, it's an outside terrace, and not a balcony. Reason number 5 is a little harder to explain. I think you could sum it up as sustainability, or living a more sustainable life. That's what I had in mind when I was thinking about moving or living in a country. It's hard to describe that, but I mean, I'm talking about things such as planting your own veggies on your balcony or terrace. And for example, things like using solar energy to produce electricity and all that kind of things. Using candles instead of the electricity that comes from the outlet. And I just wanted to experiment and to explore the options and discover all the possibilities that I would get by living in the country and living close to nature. Riding the bike, you know, not only taking a car whenever you have to go somewhere, but also just taking a bike and and planting my own veggies. That was one of the exciting things that I had in mind. I really wanted to start a food forest. I really wanted to grow my own veggies. So I guess you could sum it up. I guess that's what makes life more sustainable. And more fun and more self-sufficient, by the way. I forgot one reason with all the talking about freedom and space. I forgot that out here there is this hill, and I used to come to this hill in order to get away from the city for like 4 years. So I was familiar with the surroundings, and I really loved hanging out on top of this hill. And you know, just thinking about things, reading, doing exercises outside, and or stargazing. I once came here just to look at the night sky and just to spot shooting stars, and it was amazing. But I always had this whole drive back to the city. It was like 45 minutes from here, and so I kept thinking to myself, why not moving there? Why not living there? You wouldn't have to drive that far, you wouldn't have to drive that much, it would be closer, so why not just living there? And I let that sink in, and it kind of grew, the idea of that grew inside myself. I was happy to move closer to my favorite hill, and now I live in the town, or in this, you could say, village. It's kind of a village. Now I live in this village which is close to the hill. Back then I had the possibility to get there like 1 or 2 times per month, and now it's 2 or 3 days per week. I used to go there very often, and I love to come there at all, in every kind of season, and with every weather going on. I also go there when it's raining. Now I live at my favorite, or close to my favorite hill, which is absolutely amazing because it was my #1 destination to go on a trip, and now I don't have to go on trips anymore to get there. I just it's like 3 kilometers, and you can see the top of the hill from outside. When I'm outside, I can see the top of the hill. I don't know how to call that. How you say that? It's the surface of the hill, and you can see all of it. So I always see what's going on there. Sometimes there are festivals taking place. So essentially, it was also about a hill and a destination that I had, or let's say a place where I used to come, and where I can come way more often now, which is absolutely amazing. Yeah, so that's it. I had some really good reasons to move to the country, and I'm happy and excited that I can share my story with you. By the way, I'd like to invite you to join me on my journey and hit the subscribe button to not miss the following videos. I can promise you here now and today that we're going to have a great time. We're going to see beautiful things. We're going to explore a lot more. We're going to go on trips, and I'm really looking forward to that. So let's just end this video. I have to get outside anyway because the sun is about to set, and I want to guess what? See it from top of my favorite hill, maybe film a little bit. So I'm just going to say goodbye to all of you. Take care, enjoy life, and see you in my next video.